All right, welcome. How to get 15 recs. Here we go. And to set this up too, just so you know, there's 6 main points and one big secret that I get to at the end with how to get 15 recs every time. And just to set this up, I studied 3 recommendation videos. I took a bunch of notes. And so I hope when you're watching this, you take this many notes because this is everything I used to put together this one video. And they were my own videos, but based on my own experience. And what I found was nothing's changed. So if you watch that first Rex video on my channel, like that all works. If you watch the second one, third one, all that stuff still works. What I found was there was some things in some videos that was missing and some was kind of like scatterbrained in there. And what this is really just a culmination of if you study this video 5 times in a row, I guarantee you get double-digit recommendations every time. If you just study this video 5 times in a row, back to back to back to back to back, I guarantee you will become a master at recommendations really quickly, because this is all of the great things through the years packed in with 6 simple steps and then one little secret at the end. So the number one thing that it takes for you to get better at recommendations really fast is belief. You have to just believe. I was talking to one of our reps, Sean, today, and yesterday he was getting average of 1 recommendation every time. And I said something to him like, hey, Sean, what do people normally tell you? And he goes, every single person in the world won't give recommendations because they're uncomfortable. I said, whoa, that is your belief system speaking loud and clear. Every person, I was like, no shot. I can show you my recommendations notebook. And so one thing, and today he got 5 recommendations, most he's ever gotten, after just simply switching his belief to like, people do give recommendations, they just haven't yet for you. And so where is your belief system on recommendations? That matters a ton. You have to believe that people are going to give you them because they do. People give a lot of recommendations all the time. So one simple thing you can add to your presentation, when you get to the part of asking for recommendations, throw in this line. This is my favorite part. So, hey, Ms. Jones, how's my presentation? Great. Well, hey, there's one more very important part. This is actually my favorite part of the presentation. I get paid and it's keeping it upbeat, keeping it fun, because I guarantee there's a lot of people out there, because I used to do this, that gets recommendations and kind of the tone goes down or nervousness sets in. If you are fun and believe they're about to give you recommendations, they feel that and they will. I promise. The second thing is be a lot of fun. And I was just talking about this, but the simple line I always love to use is, would you recommend you to your friends at the end of the presentation? You only would if you had fun. And so this should make sense. Be someone that Mrs. Jones wants to tell her friends about. If your presentation is at 3 o'clock and Mrs. Jones is going to happy hour at 5 o'clock, if you're not the first thing she talks about, you didn't have enough fun. Oh my gosh, I had this nice presentation. I didn't know what to expect. It was my neighbor's niece. She's going to school at JMU right now. And yeah, it was so fun. She told so many jokes. You guys should all do it. This is the result of someone who brings the energy, has fun, is all up in the camera, and takes a lot of pride in like, hey, I'm the goofy college kid selling knives. Like, yeah, it's weird and it's a lot of fun. And these knives are freaking awesome. So have fun. A little cheat sheet I have with this for you. I'm going to put the jokes document in the bio of this video. Take the document, pick 10 of them. There's 92 or 90 some. Pick 10 jokes, add to your presentation, have fun, be cheesy, and seriously be someone that Mrs. Jones wants to recommend to her friends. The third thing, and this is the first thing I did when I learned how to get recommendations, was memorize the approach. Memorize the recommendations approach. Here's why. I've never talked about this on a video, but here's why the approach has to be memorized. When you think about the script, the Cutco manual, why does it work so well? It works because you're just reading word for word. And while you're reading, you're educating the customer. The light bulbs are going off the whole time. You're building value. There's nothing yet of them helping you. All you're doing at that point, you're kind of like being an infomercial, you're educating, you're like a teacher, and the customer, all they're doing is listening and learning, reading from the script word for word. When you get to recommendations, it's very different because the tone is no longer, I'm educating you. The tone is, hey, I'm asking for a favor. So if you don't have it memorized, it sounds weird because you would never ask someone for a favor scripted, but you would give a presentation scripted. Does this make sense? So here's a real life example of this. If my car wasn't starting, my roommate Jared, his car is not starting. If Jared walked up to me with a piece of paper in his hands and he said, hey, Alex, here's how you can really help me out. I've been having a great day today, but my car won't start. And so I was wondering if you were willing to recommend someone who could come and jump my car for me. That's so weird. It even felt weird when I did that. That probably wasn't even the best example I could use because it was so weird. But that's what it feels like for your customers when you're asking for a favor via a script. It feels inauthentic and it won't work. You have to memorize the approach so that it can sound genuine. I'm going to show you what happened. Watch this when I first memorized the approach. You'll notice I have an actual notebook here. This was my first one after I memorized the approach. So I went to my third grade teacher, Mrs. Gangel's house, and I wrote Mrs. Gangle on top. And then I listed all the way out to 25 because that's what I heard to do, go to 25. So Mrs. Gangle gave me 5 recs. That's 3 more than I had ever gotten on a demo before. So Mrs. Gangle gave me 5 recs. My next demo, I asked for 15. So I asked for 15 recs from Casella. I don't even know who Casella is. And they gave me 6 recs, phone numbers. 2 of them were people that she wrote, don't call. So pretty quality recs, probably not. Then after Casella here, you'll see 18. And this was the first time here I wrote, Daler's nice people. Just like that, you see the jump from 4 recs to 18. I'm not necessarily saying that writing nice people on it is going to give you automatically 18 reps, but it's just the little things you can see building up here all lead to more recs. So when I first started, got it memorized, and just like that, I went 5, 6, 18 now. So I'm up to 18 with the Daler's nice people here. And then after that, you can see calls gave me 16. Mike's nice friends, he gave me 7. 7, that's pretty low for me here, but 7 recs is a lot of recs. So here it's pretty much smooth sailing. So the rest of this notebook here, you'll see all 15 recs. So there was actually, I had a streak going out of my last 46 demos, 44 of them, I got 15 recs. So it's not impossible. And then I'll tell you right now, the first step is memorizing the approach. So get that approach memorized first. Listen to that guy from 3 years ago. But seriously, I'm going to throw a script in the chat for you or in the description below. And it's a little more, I wouldn't say advanced script, but it has some little nuggets sprinkled in. But really the first step is you have to memorize the approach, and it goes memorize, internalize, and then personalize. And it all starts again with the more genuine it sounds, the more they're going to want to help you. The next thing is talk about it early and often. And if you go back and watch that video, that's pretty much the main thing I talk about, is talking about recommendations the whole time. They have to know that you're going to ask for recommendations, because if they don't know, it's shocking. They're a little bit shocked. So if I did, let's say I did all my YouTube videos without a shirt on, okay? Now, this hypothetical, just so you understand like the shock factor and how fast something can become normal. If I did all my YouTube videos without a shirt on, the first time you saw one of my videos, you might think, whoa, that's weird. Why is this guy talking about Cutco stuff without a shirt on, right? That's kind of weird. Is this weird? The next time you'd be like, oh yeah, here's that weird shirt guy, no shirt guy. Then the next time it's like, oh yeah, Alex, he does all his YouTube videos, Cutco, no shirt. It's like his niche. Then the next time after that, you'd be like, all right, here we go. Here's Alex's tips. And after that, pretty soon, you don't even notice that, yeah, it's just how it is. And if someone else is like, that seems weird, you're like, no, that's just how it is. This is you pre-framing recommendations throughout the beginning of your presentation. This is why it's so important for you to talk about it at the beginning. hey, look, my biggest goal, I'm going to put in the sponsorship approach in the description below as well for you, which helps with this. But this is why it's so important for you to talk about, hey, look, my biggest goal is not to sell you $10,000 Cutco. My biggest goal is that we have some fun today and you refer me to a bunch of your friends. And then another time before, hey, my goal this push is to sell $10,000 and I'm going to meet with 50 people. I'm going to need some help with that. I only know so many people, can't go door to door selling knives. So I'll probably ask you for a couple of recommendations at the end. Whatever it is, like as long as you're talking about it beforehand, that matters. It's also in the script. Hey, Mrs. Jones, it's literally in the script and they laugh every time when you do that. And so just know that the more you preface the fact that you're going to ask for recommendations, you won't get the common objections. You really won't, because they know it's coming. Again, I'll put a resource in the description. It's called the sponsorship approach, and it's teed up really well for you. The last part of this on the ask, this is the fifth thing, and then I'll give you the secret. But on the ask, there's 5 things in a secret. On the actual ask, here's a great line. Hey, it gets really easy if you just pull out your phone. So let's just go back through what we've had so far. Number 1, believe you can and will, and have fun with it. The second thing is have fun. So have fun, tell the jokes, give a presentation worth recommending. The third thing is have the approach memorized so it sounds genuine and real. If you already do these 3 things, you're going to get recommendations. The fourth thing, bring it up early and often so there's no shock factor when you ask for recommendations. And then the fifth part of this, in this sequence of events, it's very simple. The fifth part of this is asking, is the actual ask. You could do all the other things, but if you don't do the ask correctly, you won't get them. So part of this is you want to make sure that 2 things, they have their phone in their hand. So, hey, it gets really easy if you just grab your phone. And then you also want to make sure you have a notebook. Just like I showed in that video, a referral notebook. Have one up all the time and show them. The key is show them the notebook and write on it, just like I did in that video. Hey, this is Mrs. Jones' nice people list. Haha, isn't that funny? Seriously. Okay, so we got your nice people list right here. We're just going to start with 1. That's the line. Hey, we're just going to start with 1. If you're looking through your phone, who's the nicest person in your phone who doesn't hate college kids? And then as soon as you get 1, it's game on. You probably recognize that sometimes I get a handful of them. Most of the time it's 0. If you can simply get 1, you will get more, I promise. The social proof thing helps, of showing other people that give you recommendations, right? But really the key is just getting 1. Psychologically, the first one's the hardest one all the time. And so as soon as they give you 1, there's buy-in, and then all you have to do is give thought joggers to get that number to grow. And during this process too, you have to have so much fun with this process. So again, hey, this is my favorite part. Mrs. Jones, let's just start with 1. Who's the nicest person in your phone that doesn't hate college kids? Sandy? Okay, Sandy, I got it. Sandy LeBlanc. And what's her phone number? That's a key right there. You have to get the phone number right away too, because now you've set the precedent that it's name and phone number. Everyone you ask for after that, they'll just give you the name and phone number. Okay. So who here has ever had a list of people and then I'll send you the numbers? It's like, no, you won't. Right? They think they will. It's okay that they think they will, but they won't. So get them right away. One other thing that can be helpful with this too, show the notebook almost as a decoy and have the Vector Impact app or the Q app on top of your notebook and just be typing them right into the app. It saves you time later than actually going through the notebook, but it's also really helpful to have the notebook so that you have some social proof as well. And remember, as soon as you get 1, this is when thought joggers come into play. The key with thought joggers, okay, and this goes into the big secret, that is the key is just get 1 and get the phone number, and then it's called the climb. This is in another one of my YouTube videos, but how to actually do the climb. I role play it on video for you. And you get to hear what it sounds like when somebody gets a lot of recs. Here's what it doesn't sound like. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I'll ask for 15 people. And then Mrs. Jones says, all right, here's 15 people. That doesn't happen. How it actually works is they give you one, then they give you another one, then they give you another one. The whole time you're saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Who else? Thank you. Who else? Thank you. Who else? And then as soon as there's a break in the action, the thought joggers come in. So I'm going to put that Counsel Rec Approach in the description below. There's a lot of thought joggers on that script, and the thought joggers is actually your gold because the thought joggers gives them ammunition. So here's an example. They give you one, and you say, awesome, thank you. Who else? Great, thank you. Who else? And then they say, oh, that's all I know. And say, hey, actually, when you get to 5, you become a sponsor. 10's double sponsor. People love hitting benchmarks. Here's the last biggest secret that I got from one of my other videos that I totally forgot about. This is what I'm going to end with. Give out free Cutco and give out the peeler. It costs you, ask your manager for one. You can get them for under 20 bucks from your manager. And that's worth its weight in gold if you think about what it builds for your business, or you can bonus it into the order. But here's how the peeler can play to your advantage. This is how I actually got 15 every single time. At the beginning of the presentation, when you show the peeler, hype up the peeler. Hey, this peeler is God's gift on earth. This peeler, this peeler, that. Look at the way it peels. Have you ever seen something like that? The top of it, it actually takes the eye out of potatoes. People love that. The peeler is so awesome. It's so underrated. It's one of my favorite tools we have. By the way, everybody I show Cutco to gets a peeler for free. We can talk about that later. All they're thinking about now is, wait, how do people get a peeler for free? Right? And you never bring it up again. Until when you ask for recs, you tell them, hey, this is my favorite part. This is also how everyone gets the peeler for free. I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show Cutco peeler I've been personally recommended to. It's just one tiny little thing. Throw it in there, offer free Cutco, incentivize with it. Again, just to recap to end the video. Number 1, believe you can. Number 2, be a lot of fun. Number 3, memorize it so it's genuine. Number 4, talk about it early and often. 5, ask with confidence and ask for what you want. Ask for 10 to 15. If you want 10 to 15, don't ask for 3 or 4. Don't ask for a couple. Don't ask for one person, right? And then the last thing is the secret that most people aren't telling you is recommendation starts with 1 and it climbs. It's not dropped on you all at the same time. You have to do the climb. There's a video I'm also going to link in the description below that talks about how to do the climb. Thank you for watching. Go through. I'm going to put chapters on this video. Study whatever section you need to the most. Good luck. Have fun. Crush this push. We'll see you next time. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000. That's my goal. Talk to you soon.